Good evening, everyone. I'm Ashley Banfield, the host of Banfield on News Nation, and welcome to Heroes for Humanity. We're all coming together virtually this year to support the life-saving work of the American Red Cross. The Red Cross plays a vital role in communities in the greater New York region, across the country, and all across the globe. So I look forward to this event each year as the heroes and humanitarians inspire me to continue to make a difference in my community in ways both big and small. I'm very proud to be a Red Cross board member, but also a volunteer and a blood donor. So on behalf of this amazing organization, thank you so much for joining us. Before you tuned in, though, tonight, did you happen to visit the virtual 360 experience to learn more about the Red Cross? Because if you haven't, I definitely suggest that you check it out now, and you'll learn how the Red Cross is there for all of us. Tonight, we can do something pretty great. We can turn around and help them too. So on the left side of your screen, you're going to see options for making a donation. You can make your gift while you're viewing today's program too at the same time. And if you're watching on a smart device, you'll need to go out of the full screen and then just scroll below the broadcast to donate. Or you can do it even easier. You can text the word GNY Heroes. That's one word, GNY Heroes, to 76278, or you can use your smart device camera with the QR code at the bottom of your screen. Lots of ways to give. And if you're not sure how much to give, I have some ideas there too. For $50,000, you can help to provide cleanup kits and comfort supplies for 1,666 families impacted by a disaster. Or for $5,000, you can help cover the cost of supplying one basic face mask for all frontline blood services collection staff and volunteers, including the phlebotomists during this pandemic. Every dollar has a positive impact on the community via the Red Cross, so please think about that. Also, don't forget to visit our auction page where you can bid on an amazing 2-night stay at the historic Ocean House, Rhode Island, or you can bid on a week-long stay at the Deer Valley House in Utah. The auction will be open through tomorrow, April 23rd, and I don't know about you, but I am really looking forward to Bon Jovi and that performance a little later on. So let's get this show on the road. Our first speaker tonight is our very own Red Cross Regional CEO, Mary Barnaby. P.S. She's awesome. She proudly leads this region of over 5,000 Red Crossers every day as they help their neighbors in need. Hey, Mary.
Thank you, Ashley. I'm so glad you could join us for Heroes for Humanity. And welcome to all of you tuning in to this virtual event. I am Mary Barnaby, and I am so proud to lead the Greater New York region of the American Red Cross. I first joined Red Cross about 6 months ago and jumped straight into the planning of this evening's event. I want to thank our event committee co-chairs, Leah Butler, Kim Szynski, Joe Link, Olivia Walker, and Peter Rigardi, and every member of our amazing event committee for their commitment to making this evening unique and meaningful. Unique and meaningful are actually great words to describe the American Red Cross. I truly have seen firsthand the unique role that the Red Cross plays during disasters, big and small. As I have bid safe travels to over 100 of my team members traveling across the country this past year to respond to hurricanes and wildfires, and as I myself have traveled to support humanitarian missions, I am pausing here to say thank you and also to reflect on the impact and the significance of the work we do and the hope that the Red Cross emblem represents around the world. Our mission is only possible thanks to you. Whether you are one of the thousands of Red Cross volunteers, team members, or blood donors, or if you are trained in CPR first aid or swim safety, you make our mission come alive for hundreds of thousands of people across America each and every year. Thank you. Whether you're a first-time donor or have supported the Red Cross for many years, we are grateful for the trust that you placed in us. Sponsors are a very important element of this wonderful event today. So you will see the names of these generous friends of the Red Cross scrolling across the screen. First of all, the Red Cross is very grateful to Weil, Gotshal and Manges, LLP, for being the sponsor of our Disaster Services Mission Impact Room. The Red Cross is also very grateful to New York Cancer and Blood Specialists for serving as our chapter presenter sponsor tonight. And a very special thank you to each and every one of our innovation level sponsors: Barclays, BNY Mellon, Deloitte, Citi, Marsh McLennan, National Grid, Bethpage Federal Credit Union, Casual Home Viacom Incorporated, Giovanna and Brian Miller, OMD, Sony Corporation of America, JLL, Weil, Gotshal and Manges LLP, Media Brands, Colleen and Philip Hempelman, McKinsey and Company, and Gibson, Dunn and Crutcher LLP. And we also thank our compassion, care, and community impact level sponsors who you also see on the screen. And we are so grateful to our media sponsor, Serendipity. And of course, many thanks to our benefactor and patron level sponsors. And lest I forget, thank you to our Red Cross team who helped make this night happen behind the scenes. Stephanie Crumpton, Krista Coletti, Desiree Ramos-Reiner, Michael Desvaupierre, Chi-Kong Liu, our development team, and all of our amazing volunteers. Thanks to their hard work, tonight is going to be spectacular. First, we'll meet our inspiring heroes and honorees, the NFL, Carolina Herrera, and Gold Star family members, Michael J. Jordan, Lynn Jordan, and Connor Jordan. Be sure to check out the virtual 360 rooms to learn about the 5 lines of service for the Red Cross. Each room features a special host: CNN anchor Wolf Blitzer, CNN host Allison Camerata, CNN correspondent S.E. Cupp, MSNBC's Ali Velshi, and our wonderful friend Tom Morris Jr. And again, thanks to Weil, Gotshal and Manges for making the sponsorship of one of these rooms possible. Don't forget to visit our auction page to bid on some great items, including a behind-the-scenes tour of 60 Minutes at CBS and so many wonderful items and experiences. And I am definitely ready to rock and roll tonight with Bon Jovi. This past year has been one of both challenge and promise. The Red Cross has been there for families thanks to all of you. I'm grateful to each and every one of you for the way you put the great in Greater New York. So have a great night. And please, let's keep taking good care of one another.
Thank you, Mary, for all that you and the Red Cross team members do every day to support our communities on a regular basis. Just so impactful. You know, the Red Cross is an international movement, and it's guided by 7 fundamental principles, the first of which is humanity. Humanity is described in this way: to protect life and health, and to ensure respect for the human being, to promote mutual understanding, friendship, cooperation, and lasting peace amongst all peoples. Our first award this evening celebrates this guiding principle. So I am honored to welcome Bonnie McElveen-Hunter, the chair of the National Board of Directors of the American Red Cross, to introduce our 2021 humanitarian honoree. Ambassador McElveen-Hunter was appointed as the first woman chairman of the Board of Governors of the American Red Cross. That was in 2004. And in 2007, she co-founded the Tiffany Circle, Society of Women Leaders, which has grown to nearly 1,000 members in Red Cross chapters right across the country, including right here in Greater New York. Thank you, Bonnie, for being with us.
Dear wonderful friends of the American Red Cross, how very much I look forward to convening in person with all of you soon. Thank you for joining us this evening virtually as we honor a few selfless humanitarians who have answered the call to serve by saving, touching, and improving countless lives. They are truly heroes for humanity. I'm reminded of the quote by Winston Churchill before the House of Commons in 1941. It seemed worthy for the challenges we have faced during the reality of this pandemic. Do not let us speak of darker days. Let us speak rather of sterner days. These are days we have been allowed, each of us according to our stations, to play a part in making history. Last spring was a time of truly sterner days worldwide, but Carolina Herrera stepped forward to offer an extraordinary humanitarian commitment to the Red Cross, a visionary pledge to be a person for those in desperate need and making history. Carolina Herrera launched the Heart for Hope program, a charitable initiative in keeping with their longstanding corporate tradition of deeply caring for others. In just 1 year, the Heart for Hope partnership has raised an astonishing $7 million to support COVID-19 relief efforts. Over $850,000 has been used for the American Red Cross COVID-19 antibody testing program. Because of this program, the Red Cross has been able to provide over 150,000 units of convalescent life-saving plasma to help patients who are desperately ill with COVID-19. The remaining funds are supporting the Red Cross and Red Crescent societies in over 44 countries. I would like to say a special thank you to the president of Carolina Herrera, Emily Rubenfeld. My grandfather said it's more important to select your partners than to select your business. The Red Cross could have never selected a better partner than Emily and Carolina Herrera. It is my honor to pay tribute tonight to Carolina Herrera and to present the 2021 Humanitarian Award. Carolina, you embody the Red Cross fundamental principles and you exemplify solidarity, sacrifice, and selflessness. Congratulations to everyone at Carolina Herrera, and thank you for honoring the noble and necessary mission of the American Red Cross. We are now honored to hear from Carolina Herrera, our Red Cross Humanitarian Award recipient.
It is with great honor that I accept the Humanitarian Honoree Award. But I must say that the heroes here are your generous and dedicated staff and volunteers that look after, care, and protect thousands of people in America and around the world. Thank you, American Red Cross, for being there for all of us.
Bonnie and Mrs. Carolina Herrera, congratulations to Carolina Herrera for their commitment to supporting the communities throughout the pandemic around the world. It was such an honor to be joined by Mrs. Herrera she's an icon and a total trailblazer, and then just that humanitarian in her own right as well. So our next award, the Excellence in Service Award, recognizes the oldest line of service for the American Red Cross. Service to the armed forces. Clara Barton, who founded the American Red Cross 140 years ago, first helped to care for wounded soldiers on the battlefields of the Civil War. Today, the Red Cross continues to help hundreds of thousands of service members and veterans and their families as they prepare and cope with the challenges of military service every single year. In addition, the Red Cross provides services on all military installations in the United States and on all 36 overseas bases, too. Let's turn the program over to Kobe Langley, Senior Vice President of the American Red Cross Service to the Armed Forces, who leads this program and will introduce our 2021 Excellence in Service honoree.
After a long and hard tour to the north of Kuwait in Iraq, a young trooper walks into a healing arts studio. He looks across the wall and sees brushstrokes of other soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. They tell a familiar story. It's not quite his, but it's close. He grabs his fine art pencil set, some stock poster board, and drops heavily into a chair with a desk and begins to tell his story, this time in his own hand. That story has repeated itself over and over again all around the world in Red Cross offices that support our deployed troops and their families. This particular story was one that I witnessed when Michael Jordan and his son Connor and I traveled across the globe to dedicate the Travis Jordan Healing Arts Studio Room in Camp Arif John, Kuwait, almost exactly 4 years ago today. My name is Kobe Langley. I'm a Senior Vice President at the American Red Cross. It's my honor to lead and support the hundreds of Red Cross staff and tens of thousands of Red Cross volunteers worldwide in our Service to the Armed Forces program. It's also my pleasure to join you tonight to celebrate Heroes for Humanity, to tell the story of Travis Jordan and reflect on the burdens and tenacity of the family he left behind. A Gold Star family, near and dear to all of us. Tonight, it's also my great honor to present the Excellence in Service Award to this Gold Star family, whose son inspired this Healing Arts Center, Dr. Michael Jordan, Lynn Jordan, and Connor Jordan. A Gold Star family is not a title any military family seeks out. And when a service member passes tragically on from this life, they always leave behind a legacy of love. And in more instances than I can count, I've seen that loss inspire us to action. So tonight, as we honor the Jordan family, we're humbled by the resolve as a family to face a tragedy together and choose to let it strengthen their dedication to one another, to steel their commitment to service and action. They made this choice to honor their son and brother, Lieutenant Travis M. Jordan of the United States Air Force. So please, join me to salute Michael, Lynn, and Connor for their service and their message of hope and healing. Please turn your attention to the video. Thank you.
So Lynn and I were married in 1990, and we recently celebrated our 30th wedding anniversary.
We were married in Menlo Park, California. That's where we met.
Travis was born in Round Rock, Texas in 1993.
And Connor, he was born in Mesa, Arizona in June of 1996.
So I enlisted in the United States Marine Corps a month after my 18th birthday. My dad was a former Marine and flamethrower in the Korean War. And then Lynn, her father's also a Navy veteran from the Korean War.
Seeing all these different, people in my family's lineage serving has been a point of pride and a point of emotional strength.
And so we pass it on to our sons that you can't take these liberties and freedoms for granted. So they grew up knowing that.
My father's service was obviously pivotal in his life. I don't know a version of him where he's not trying to help other people or give back in some way.
Travis decided that he wanted to join the military, and with his skills, he joined the United States Air Force. He excelled in the ROTC program. He earned a full-time scholarship. He graduated from the program in 3 years.
In high school, he started a Best Buddies program for matching people with friends who don't have friends and they have disabilities. And then serving in the military, just felt true to his core. He wanted to help others and protect others.
He was the best hugger in the world. Just the biggest bear hug with his biggest smile. And he was exceptional.
We'll never forget that afternoon when we got the call from the chaplain and his colonel. They actually visited our house, and of course we went through the immediate shock and sorrow because it was painful. It's painful today.
Things were very, very tough, but we made a choice that we will be stronger as a family as a result.
We've actually become more open. We talk a lot more freely. We encourage each other.
But also be so comfortable saying, hey, I'm not feeling the best. Hey, I'm not doing okay. Because being able to talk about how you're feeling up here is one of the most important things.
And my hope and Lynn's hope is that we can normalize a conversation about depression and suicide and just recognize that just like physical health, it should be a part of our conversation. And when you're feeling that you're having a hard time or you're struggling, to share it and not be ashamed to share how you're feeling.
It's a blessing that we have our faith to rely on and each other. And we miss Travis terribly.
In 2017, the American Red Cross dedicated a wing of the Camp Arafjan Red Cross site in Kuwait and named it the Travis M. Jordan Healing Arts Center. And I was so moved and taken by that gesture.
Red Cross as his career has been kind of the greatest success story for him because it really brought together all the pieces he wanted to be fulfilled and give back.
Our son Connor is currently in his 3rd year at law school at UCLA. He's doing great in his academics.
But he also, I think, inspired by Travis, become a triathlete. And he didn't just decide to get into triathlons, I think, to honor his brother's memory. He was winning the events.
I'm just really, really proud of the young man that he's becoming.
When I reflect on my combat deployments and I think about how Lynn handled that, she's a remarkable woman. Working while raising our sons and taking care of things on the home front was very assuring to me, so I could focus on my mission and my work overseas. But having her, she's just been like a rock to me, and I'm grateful.
My mom is the reason I'm here today and able to be positive and working for progress. I can say without a doubt, my mother has been the greatest support in my life, and she is the most caring and loving and just sacrificing woman I know.
If there was something that I want people to remember about Travis, it's just what an incredible human being. In fact, one of his friends made a comment at his memorial service, and it really stuck with me. His friend Josh said, Travis was the kind of friend that everybody wants, that nobody deserves. Well, thank you. I can't tell you on behalf of Lynn and I how much this award means to us. And the meaning comes from really recognizing the life and service of our late son, Travis Jordan. And so we're so grateful that we have a chance to represent him, and to the extent that what we've experienced, given Travis's life, that if it helps one other family provide comfort, or if it helps anybody else on their journey in life, then we feel like we honor his memory. So thank you.
Yes, and thank you. Thank you so much. It's such an honor. It's very humbling, and it's just, we're very grateful to honor and remember Travis, and just thank you from the bottom of our heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael Jordan and Lynn Jordan and Connor Jordan, for your service to our country and for the service of your son and brother, Travis Jordan. May his memory continue to be a blessing. We are more than halfway through our program now, which means that we are this much closer to that moment where everyone gets a chance to rock out with the one and only Bon Jovi. So I'm wondering what song you're hoping he's going to play for us tonight. I certainly know which ones I like best. I do want to take a quick second also to remind you, though, that you can support the work of the Red Cross tonight. On the left side of your screen, I'll remind you, you will see options for making a donation, or you can text the word GNY Heroes, all one word, GNY Heroes, to the number 76278. 76278. You can also use your smart device camera with the QR code at the bottom of the screen. That works just as well. And just as a reminder of what your money can do, for $10,000, you can help to deliver Reconnection Workshop, an actual reconnection workshop to 400 service members, veterans, and their families. For $1,000, you can help provide a 6-night stay for a family of 4 in a hotel room after a disaster during this COVID-19 public health emergency. And be sure to check out our amazing auction items as well, including timeless diamond hoop earrings donated by Shreve Crump and Lowe. Next up, we're going to recognize the 2021 Corporate Leadership Honoree. Corporate partners play a really important role with the Red Cross, providing time and treasure to help support the organization right across this country, and also to amplify its reach into communities as well. So I'm very pleased to introduce my good friend and fellow board member, John Osborne, who will present the 2021 Corporate Leadership Award. John is the CEO of OMD USA and has served as the chairman of the board of directors for the American Red Cross Greater New York region since 2014. So count them, that's 7 years. He affectionately, to me, is known as Ozzy. Take it away, Ozzy.
Good evening. My name is John Osborne, and well, this is the first time I put a necktie on in over 13 months. But I'm actually the proud board chair of the American Red Cross of Greater New York. Look, by all counts, this has been quite a year, both for us at the American Red Cross, and I know for many of you joining us here tonight. And we wouldn't have been able to provide the hope and help each and every day if it weren't for friends and partners just like you. So before I go any further, I want to again extend a heartfelt thank you to all of you for your support. Did you know that the American Red Cross is celebrating its 140th birthday this year? That's right. The Red Cross is a true American icon, one that has served communities for generations, providing relief after disasters both big and small. The Red Cross makes sure our military families and veterans feel supported. They collect over 40% of our nation's blood supply. They ensure someone is trained to provide life-saving CPR and first aid when it's needed. And they inspire well over 300,000 people each and every year to volunteer their time in the community. So this year, we're honored and humbled to present our Corporate Leadership Award to yet another great American institution, one that's inspired and entertained Americans for over 100 years, the National Football League. The National Football League has been an unwavering partner to us here at the American Red Cross, serving at our side through even the most challenging of times. Whether it's helping raise crucial funds for families in times of need, encouraging donations of life-saving blood, or cheering their loyal fan base of over 27 million people just like me and you, to volunteer and make meaningful contributions to the community, the National Football League has been there to amplify our call and to extend our reach and to ensure that we're able to help others when and where they need it most. So tonight, we're deeply grateful to the NFL for their partnership and their friendship. So now it's my honor and my privilege to introduce the chairman of the National Football League, Roger Goodell, to accept this award on behalf of the league. Thanks so much.
The NFL is honored to accept the American Red Cross Corporate Leadership Award on behalf of the 32 NFL teams. Football and community are the twin pillars of the NFL. This is true nationally, locally through our teams, and individually as evidenced through volunteerism and philanthropy of NFL owners, players, coaches, and club personnel. Giving back to communities in the NFL is a core NFL value. When communities are stronger, we are all stronger. And it is this belief and commitment that leads us to support organizations like the American Red Cross. We are so proud to partner with you and amplify the incredible work you do throughout our country to help alleviate human suffering in the face of emergencies. It's hard to imagine where we would be without the Red Cross to respond in times of great need. This past year has been challenging for everyone, as the pandemic upended all our lives in so many ways. I am proud to say that the NFL family stepped up to the challenge, providing more than $100 million to support COVID relief efforts of many organizations, including the Red Cross. During major hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, wildfires, we have shared a call to action to connect NFL fans with the Red Cross through Text to Give and other meaningful opportunities to assist. At last count, nearly 700,000 lives have been helped or saved by NFL followers who rolled up their sleeves to donate blood. These are just a few examples of the compassion shown by millions of NFL fans throughout the country. We are grateful for their commitment to football and their communities, and we thank the Red Cross for recognizing the NFL with this very special award.
Hi, I'm John Bon Jovi. I want to thank you all for being here tonight and supporting the Red Cross. I'm honored to be here to play for you. Some of the songs we've got especially for this performance are Who Says You Can't Go Home, #1 song. You Give Love a Bad Name, #1 song. It's My Life, speaks for itself. So the Heroes for Humanity, right? This has been a wonderful night for a great cause. I also want to give a great shout out to those who are being honored. Carolina Herrera, Gold Star family member Michael J. Jordan, my mother and father were Marines, sir. Lynn Jordan and Connor J. Jordan. And to our corporate leadership honoree, the NFL. Have a great night. I hope to see you in person soon.
Congratulations and thank you to the NFL. The NFL has also generously agreed to provide some special auction items in support of the Red Cross through NFL Auction. You can access the NFL Auction through our auction page, or you can just go to nfl.com/auction. And I'm so excited to know that Bon Jovi is going to be singing very shortly, including some of my favorite songs, Who Says You Can't Go Home, and You Give Love a Bad Name, and It's My Life. And I'm sure there's a whole lot more that you want to hear as well. But before we put on the dancing shoes, I do want to invite you all once again to join the Red Cross to help support our community. You can become a volunteer. You can also donate blood, or you can make a financial donation. That's easy, right? So I'm always inspired by two facts about the Red Cross. I call it the 90-90 principle, because 90% of all Red Cross workers are volunteers. 90%. That's a lot. That's a lot of volunteers. They're people like you and people like me. We give of our time freely to help our neighbors. The other side of the 90-90 reflects the 90 cents of every dollar that the Red Cross spends, which goes to provide shelter and food and relief items and to support people who are impacted by disasters big and small. The Red Cross is able to keep its costs low because of that 90% volunteer group, right? I just mentioned that, 90-90. 90 cents on every dollar goes to the services because 90% of our staff is volunteer. A few examples of how far your donation can go. For $25,000, you can help deploy 14 Red Cross volunteers to support a national disaster for 2 weeks. For $15,000, you can help provide financial assistance for 25 families, 25, affected by a local disaster. The Red Cross in Greater New York responds to an average of about 5 to 7 disasters every day. 5 to 7 every day. And then also for $2,500, you can help to cover the cost to test, type, and match a unit of blood for 33 people who are living with sickle cell disease. These are just some examples, but a donation of any size can certainly help to deliver hope and help. And that's important. So to make a donation, simply look to the left of your screen where you will see options for making donations. You can also text the word GNY Heroes. That's all one word, GNY Heroes, to the number 76278. Or you can use your smart device camera with the QR code at the bottom of your screen. And of course, you can visit the auction and you can bid on a fabulous dinner for 8, because I know you got 6 friends out there if you're a couple. A dinner for 8 by Feasts and Fetes, the catering team of the world-renowned restaurateur Daniel Boulard. And congratulations again to our honorees, the NFL, Carolina Herrera, and Gold Star family, Michael J. Jordan, Lynn M. Jordan, and Connor J. Jordan. A very special thank you to everyone who participated in today's inspiring program. I am in awe, honestly, in awe every day of the amount of work that the Red Cross is able to do. And I am so grateful to each and every one of you watching right now because you gave us your time and your effort, and I hope your treasure. I thank you so much for your support. Thank you again for being here tonight. Let's now put on our dancing shoes, put your hands together, and welcome the one and only Bon Jovi.